All right, today we're going through investment philosophy, and I had just broken down 8 different bullet points to things that I truly believe and follow others that have the same beliefs. To start off with is understanding your risks. So you have to understand what margin of safety do I have in the investments that I own, and then if things are way out of whack, it's really hard to be able to create consistent returns and have a good understanding expectation of what type of returns you're getting. So understand the risk, number 1. Number 2 is a long-term vision. So any money that you're investing in, say a lot of the long-term growth investments like stocks, is that you have to understand that it might take a while for an investment situation to pan out. You can have a very, very good company, but the company may take a while before it hits the actual intrinsic value of where it can be and the growth rates that it can be at. So being patient with it. There's a difference between being patient and being wrong, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. The patience is the next step. So just being patient for an investment strategy to hit. If you know that this is a 3, 5, 10-year investment, then we have some time to be able to have that hit its growth rate that's as what expected to happen. Where that patience comes in next is having some humility. There are definitely times that the investment strategy or something changes fundamentally with the company or whatever it might be, that it's now not a good investment anymore. And yes, it wasn't the right choice to make the investment at the time, but you want to be very humble about that, admit it, so you can make those necessary changes. Just referenced someone that's a very, very successful investor. He says, I'm wrong 1/3 of the time. So you can be wrong, still wrong at times, but still do well as an investor as long as you have diversified portfolio and hold several investments that all serve a very important purpose. Big belief of mine is that any strategy or philosophy that you have is you want to develop an information advantage and work really hard to get it. If someone says, hey, I got this investment strategy and it's all it is some sort of software that was developed to give you an edge, well, there's no work in it. There's got to be a hard work and a deeper understanding of the company and its competitors. And some of that can only be done through actually meeting with the company and digging much deeper into like how strong is this company relative to the price I'm paying for it. Understanding possible outcomes. That kind of goes down to some of the having humility. So no one knows for sure how a company is going to pan out, but you do want to understand like this is kind of the worst case scenario. Here's some of the best case scenario. Number 7 is like you can't know everything. Is that you still have to just make choices, and maybe you're coming up with a list of 30 different stocks that you want to hold. You're not going to be able to know every single stock in the whole particular world, but you want to have a very strong screening process, and that's where it comes to the last one, is make sure it's easy for you to say no to a company. So if you see something that right away puts the company outside of its investment criteria for you to be able to fit what you're saying is a solid investment, then just say no to that, because you can't know everything. You can only really know so many companies at a very deep level, which then turns into that hard work is going to give that informational advantage. So here are some of the philosophies. Hopefully that this was helpful and gives you some information on what I believe and what I think a lot of other investors believe as well.